Hey there, catty, wampus, cow, boys and girls. Welcome to my February favorites video. I only have a couple tangible item thing favorites, so let's get started with those. And then after that, it's all sort of media experience things. I have a pretty serious love of journals and notebooks. I have like 7 that I write in almost every day, and this one has been like my workhorse, my main bee, if you will, and I just finished it. I filled up every page, so I had the task ahead of me of finding a replacement, and I got the same notebook but in a different color, and it actually feels perfect because when I first got this journal, this was the first one that I started regularly writing in last year. I had a lot of ideas and things that I wanted to work through and goals, but it was all pretty hazy, and I hadn't really been able to focus myself very well, and so I decided that I wanted to think and live more intentionally, and a big part of that was the decision to get like a nice notebook that I could write and organize all of my thoughts in, and that's what this was. And I worked through and processed so much in this one, and so it feels perfect to have this like brighter, clearer version of it now that I feel brighter and clearer also. Aww. I got both of these at Target. Target has a really good selection of different notebooks that are not crazy expensive. One of the things I really like about these is that they're college ruled, and they also, the format is nice because it just has all of the months and then all of the dates listed, and you can just circle the month and the day to keep track of when you're writing in it. And then it's just free form, which I prefer. Some journals have a lot of like predetermined formatting, and I like to be in control. So anyway, if you don't have a journal that you write in regularly, I highly recommend it. It has helped me so much. Next favorite is the Marc Jacobs Iconic palette in Scandalust. I love this palette. The color selection is so pretty. These are all really usable eyeshadows. It's what I'm wearing on my face right now. The mattes are smooth and buttery and pigmented. So are the shimmers. I really have no complaints. I think it's so pretty. You want to see?
Yeah.
Okay, come over here.
I will see.
Okay, you can look at it.
It's so shiny. You need to down and red.
Oh yeah?
You need to.
He said they're so shiny. They have the CASPIAN seal of approval. Moving along, I don't know if you've heard of Bar 3, the workout studio, or if you have one near you, but it's kind of like a hybrid smoosh of ballet bar exercises, yoga, and Pilates. And one of my friends took me to class with her a couple weeks ago, and it kicked my butt so hard that I signed up for an unlimited month pass because I've been in kind of a fitness slump for the last many years, especially since I got pregnant and Caspian turned 3 this month, so it's been a little while. And I mean, I do like yoga and stretching here and there. Like, I love the Down Dog app. I've mentioned that before. It's like a little portable yoga class app, but I just haven't like gotten serious about rebuilding my strength and my core since having a child. And this type of workout was right up my alley. It was my first time trying it. Super challenging, but like a good vibe, and my body was so sore for like 4 days afterwards, but like good sore, and each time the classes are getting like a little bit more doable, and fitness is just like so helpful for me, and it's been a long time since I've made that a priority, and I'm so glad. So if you have one of those studios nearby, I would recommend trying it out. I think the most important thing with fitness is that you do what you actually like doing. For example, I really hate running. I hate it so much, and I've tried to like it a lot of times, and I just do not. So if this type of workout might not be for you, but I would say that it really helps me feel centered, and I'm just stoked to have found something that makes me want to exercise. If you were alive on planet Earth in the month of February, I assume you heard about the movie Black Panther. It was amazing. I loved it so much. And if you have an Alamo Draft House nearby, you should go see it there because they make you freshly baked cookies. It's amazing. Anyway, it's rare that I see a movie where I feel like I could just go down the checklist and everything was executed perfectly, and I can say that about this movie. The acting, the direction, the costumes, the makeup, the script, the message, the layers, the cinematography. It was like the soundtrack. I left just being like, nothing about that movie was not awesome. So if you haven't seen it, do that. My favorite music this month, unsurprisingly, was the Black Panther soundtrack, which was curated by Kendrick Lamar. So Kind of can't go wrong, Caspian. Just throw in crayons. It's cool. No big deal. Books. First of all, I really delayed in getting into audiobooks because I was old school and I was like, you read a book with your eyes. Otherwise, you're not really reading a book. And then I remembered that my eyes are not available. They are always watching a child or at work. So I just don't read that much in the last few years, which is devastating because reading's like my favorite. So a few months ago, I started listening to audiobooks and now I'm hooked. It's amazing because while my eyes are not available, my ears are a lot of the time. So I've been really enjoying some different books. And this month I've been reading Shoe Dog, or listening to, what's the vernacular there? I'm not sure. I've been listening to Shoe Dog by Phil Knight, the founder of Nike, and oh my gosh, it's honestly one of the best books I've ever read. I don't know that it'll be necessarily interesting to everyone, but it's the autobiography. It's his story of how he founded Nike, and such a gifted writer, such an amazing story, and he does as good of a job as a really talented fiction writer at getting you to care about and be invested in the characters that are actually in his life. It does the thing that I hope that all books will do to me, which is I feel like I'm immersed in a virtual reality simulation of his life when I'm listening to it, and it's so good. It's so well written, and I obviously recommend it to you. So if you're interested in nonfiction, autobiographies, being an entrepreneur, sports, then go nuts. I think you will like it. I thought it would be fun this month to give a shout out to some of my favorite YouTubers because I get asked about that sometimes. YouTubers? Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was Caspian giving a literal shout out to YouTubers by just shouting out the word YouTubers. Anyway, there are a few people I definitely wanted to mention. Jen from Luvs Reviews and Rhian from Wife Life. I think it's Rhian HY on YouTube and Wife Life on Instagram. They're both awesome and I feel like they do a really good job of like putting effort into quality content that's like really well organized and edited, and I look forward to their videos, so I assume you might also. And plus they've been like super supportive and sweet, like when I launched the palette, and one of the things I really value about this community is women supporting other women, and so I wanted to just put that out there because I enjoy their videos and I think that you probably would too. And my phone is ringing now. And last but not least, in fact, actually definitely most, my favorite thing from this past month was Caspian, who turned 3.
I feel.
You're 3 old! Yes you are, little Pisces fishy boy.
I'm a fishy boy.
Oh, you're right. What are you? You're not a fishy boy, what are you?
Caspian.
You're Caspian. That's true. Oh, 3 is for sure my favorite age so far. He's hilarious. The other day I was explaining to him that when I was pregnant with him, he was in water in my tummy. And then the next day he pointed to my stomach and he was like, you have an ocean in there? Huh, did you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's it for my February favorites. Let me know in the comments what your favorite things were. And don't forget to follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at Kiki Makeup. Like this video and subscribe, or I shall weaken all of your water balloons so that right when you fill them and they're full enough, they pop every time and you don't have any water balloons and you lose the water balloon fight that we're having in March. That sounds very frustrating, so you should probably do all the things that I just said, like follow me on the social medias and subscribe to the channel. All right, I will see you guys soon. Goodbye.